As the sunlight fades into autumn gloom, the rustling of leaves in the cool, dim air gives proof of the coming season. Overhead, the insidious cackle of witches flying pierce the darkness. Horrid figures of silent phantoms stalk desolate paths and candle-lit hallways. And all manner of things, goblins, banshees, and vampires, hide amongst the growing shadows. Thus begins October. Blackwater Media presents Halloween Horrors. Starting at a new school can always be a challenge. You don't have many friends and you don't really know the lay of the land. And so it was with me. A new school, just a couple of friends. And I told my friends who were with me, who were also new by the way, that I'd just like to go wander around the school for a while. They agreed, and we decided to meet up in our assigned room later. I made my way to another building in the school, and I tipped in, making sure the guard didn't notice me. Yeah, I was a bit of a rule breaker back then. Anyway, I walked up the stairs and decided to roam around the rooms. As I was walking up the stairs, I was having this weird feeling that someone was following me, and I was 100% sure I was alone in the building. I did turn around for just a second in case it was the guard who was following me, but I didn't see anyone, so I continued to walk. I finally ended up on the top floor of the building. The rooms had doors, but one of them had a broken lock, so I snuck in. It was the darkest damn room on that hall, and it was located at the very end. All of the rooms had glass windows on the door so I could see through. And at first I thought I must have been hallucinating because I thought I saw a little girl peeking through the last dark doorway. She had black hair, black eyes, and pale skin. So of course I was intrigued, so I went inside that dark room. You heard me. Now it looked like a storage room inside compared to the other rooms. It was full of boxes and old school stuff. Then one of the boxes fell, and I put it back where it was because the guard might suspect that I was in the room. I roamed around for a while looking at the old books and trophies stored there, and something caught my eye. I saw a picture frame on the floor with a glass picture in it. It looked like it was somewhere in the late 50s to early 60s, since the school was where my grandma had gone when she was young. On the corner of the picture, I saw that same little girl that I saw peeking through the door. In the picture, she was wearing a white uniform with black shoes, and she had a very serious look on her face. So I decided to put it back down on the floor, and my skin went pale. There she was, that same little girl standing just a few feet away from me. I couldn't move. Her head was facing down, but she slowly moved it up, and I didn't want to see that face. I'm already scared as hell, starting to sweat, heart racing. I panicked and hauled ass outside the room. I looked back and saw her pass through the walls of the room. Then she floated about 2 feet off the floor, and she reached out her arms trying to catch me. I ran down the goddamn stairs like there was no tomorrow. I stopped at the first floor to catch my breath, and then looked around to see if she was close behind. But there was no one there. I walked fast until I reached the ground floor, and I felt relieved as I saw the building exit sign. Suddenly I heard a laugh, and I turned to my left. And there she was again with her black hair spread, her black bleeding eyes, and her terrifying wide grin. I couldn't take it anymore, so I ran outside the building as fast as I could and walked towards another building where my assigned room was. I entered the room and acted like nothing happened, just sat down next to my friends. I asked one of them if they'd ever heard any weird stories about the school. One of them answered and told me that the building had been haunted when a loner girl once committed suicide in her classroom. And it was the room that I went in. Strange things are also said to happen in that building. And so they built another building, the building that I was assigned to. They wanted to transfer the students out of the haunted area. Now that building is used strictly for storage. No one stays there. Ever since then, I've stayed away from that area too. But from time to time, I still see a little girl peeking from that building's window.